Kia ora, good evening. You're here with Boys Get Paid, coming at you live from the Export Beer Garden studio on another Thursday night, a Thursday night where we were absolutely fired up because there's been some good things happening in the community over the last week. We've heard a lot of people winning a lot of money from some of our best bets, but also from some from the community as well. So it is bloody good times. Happy Easter to everybody out there who is joining us tonight. Hopefully you're cruising away on holiday or you're sinking a few exports somewhere and settling into your Easter weekend, because that's exactly what Dan and I are here to do tonight. Hopefully we can find you some winners. Dan, good to see you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, mate, I'm good. I'm ready to rip into this Easter weekend. I had a good weekend last weekend, made some cash. It was just all around positive vibes last week. It was real good.
Absolutely, mate. You've done very, very well. I'm sure you'll talk about some of those bets that you won tonight. But also, a lot of the community don't know that actually you're family free at the moment as well, mate. So you're just looking for any opportunity to get on the punt and go to the races, eh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's me. My family have gone and left me, and they're in Canada for 8 weeks, and they've just let me for prime time. So I've been looking at opportunities where I can fly to different destinations and get involved in some racing. I've just been lining up the boys and getting you guys into the trouble with your partners, I guess.
Right, absolutely. Not for me. But on Friday, you had a good night down at Alexandra Park. I understand. Mate, that was the first night or first weekend the family were away, so you got stuck in.
Yeah, it was an absolute ripper actually. And I just went down there by myself, and I thought, oh well, this is going to be just a casual couple of beers and have a bit of a punt at Alexandra Park, and then go home, and then. Yeah, sort of ended up catching up with Cam Rogers, and then his boss, Dean Shannon's horse, won the Derby, so ended up in the winner's circle and smacking back drinks in there as well. And then obviously Christopher Dance almost pulled it off and won the Derby as well, but run second, but had a little bit of the Cornella there as well, so it was... Bloody hell, it was good times.
Gee whiz, Dan's been pulling some funds out of his TAB account. Hopefully you guys have as well. Like I said, happy Easter. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. It's great to have you with us. Happy birthday to Ted for yesterday as well. We'll get into it, but Ted has been dishing out some cash on his birthday week. Geez, the luck is with him. He is going very, very well. Make sure you get your comments in as well. We've got a $100 best bet to give away to everybody that gets in the comments. But not only that, tonight we've got a sweepstake spot to the Tab Trot with $100. Dan, people get in the comments at the end of the show, or when we read out the best bets from the community later on in the show, Adam will be letting somebody know that they've got that entry into the sweepstake as well. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Night of Champions sweepstake's pretty cool. So they're selling only 2,000 tickets in total. It's $100 a ticket. And then they're going to draw out 8 initial sort of winners from the pot. If you're one of those 8 winners... you get allocated a horse in the Tab Trot slot on Night of Champions night, and if your horse wins that you get selected for, you win 50 grand cash.
Amazing. If
you run second, you get 20k. Third, you get 12k. Fourth gets 6, and then every other horse gets 3k. So if you get drawn out if you win that ticket and you get drawn out, you win 3k.
It's an amazing sweepstake, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So yeah, if you want to get involved. It's $100 a ticket, and it's such a good thing that they're doing, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to protect the stake money for the Night of Champions for future races as well, and they try and help increase the stake money for the day. So, I think it's a really good and worthwhile investment going into $100.
Yeah.
You go to nightofchampions.nz and you can find all the links there to the sweepstake. But yeah, like there was a guy last year that bowled into Cambridge Raceway, was just going there to go to the pub and have a couple beers, got knocked over by someone and said, I'll buy a $100 ticket. So he bought a $100 ticket, won 50k.
Far out. That's amazing.
Thanks for coming.
How good's that? That could be you. Get in the comments. We will give that $100 sweepstake ticket away when we read out everybody's best bets. For this weekend, it is Easter weekend. We've got racing at HQ. I think there's 2 meetings down at Riverton, and also there's some great racing out of Australia. So get your best bets into the comments, and we'll choose that, or Adam will choose that a little bit later in the show. Luke isn't with us tonight. He's on his way down to the Wanaka air show or something along those lines. I really didn't pick Luke as a aviation
Warbirds and Wanaka or something.
Warbird, yeah, that's it. That's got a good ring to it, eh? But he may be listening to us in the airport at the moment, Luke. So I hope you're doing well out there. Like we said, it was Ted's birthday yesterday, and as the great man Ted says, form is temporary, class is permanent. And gee whiz, is he showing that over the last week, as well as some of the best bets from the lads. We had an absolute fill-up with the Gallops tips last weekend, didn't we? Some of those bets coming in were outstanding.
And look, it was there were 8 tips from the whole weekend from the best bets from the lads. There were 6 winners, 2 second places out of 8 bets.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yep. It's not going to happen every weekend, but certainly off the back of what has proven to be a really, really difficult day at Trentham, where nobody could find a bloody winner. Absolutely nobody. We were definitely back in form. And I think that, for me anyway, Dan, you'll have some thoughts on it too, but the thing for me is, like, just to throw out some bets, we put a little bit of time into it, but we're by no means form analysts. I mean, you guys are probably a bit better than I am, but I just like throwing a bet out there and seeing some people win some money out of it. And seeing some of those multis that come through, $50 for $8,000, $20 for $4,000, like, how good's that? You just listen to a podcast, put a bet on, and you're $8,000 richer.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is with something like that is, if that's your $20 bet that you have every week that you listen to us for, you don't have many of them to collect to be happy about it. You know, and so often we see the top 3, top 4 bets that that the guys put on for a combination of the different best bets, and they clean up, you know, and maybe win $1,200 or whatever. But if you're betting $20 a week on the best bets, and you have a few, or you select a few that you like the best, if you're collecting $2,000, you can basically bet for the whole season,
mate. Yeah,
and that's covered now.
I did that $20 top 4 bet in the first weekend of the season. I'm still living off that. I won $1,100 or something. It was amazing, and people are doing that every week. It's just so great. So, well done to everybody. Well done to all the lads. The Blessed Bet obviously came home at Christchurch as well. Matt Scott at $4. That is a good Blessed Bet. We've got another Blessed Bet tonight, and one of the top punters in the crew have got it multied up as one of their best bets as well. So stay tuned.
Boy.
Could be birthday boy, yeah. People will be wanting to wait until the best bets to make sure they know what that is. But we will let you know the Blessed Bet very, very shortly. It is at Ellerslie. But Ted, the birthday boy, honestly, he is on an absolute heater. Tauranga, there was 8 races. He had 5 winners out of those 8 on a day that was really pretty difficult. And his value bet was $16 at the start of the day. I think it ended up paying $4.50 or something. Complicate, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was outrageous.
Tough punting at Tauranga. Then he backed it up at Tauhara Nico Sunday. 8 races, 6 firsts, a second, and a third. Over the weekend, he had 5 odds runners, 4 firsts and a close second. Tokyo Hot Night $8.50, Complicate $16, Gumdrops in Australia $8, Platinum Generation $8.50, and Sunshine in Paris $2.74 a place. And then he came out yesterday at Matter and got his 2 best bets home. I mean, what a week!
Bang bang! It was unbelievable.
So good. We've seen some come through from the Scan Man and Gasso as well. I see the Scan Man's crunched in Teddy Baker on Saturday too. So, geez, just some good punting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess firstly to Ted, you're probably watching. Mate, you're an absolute legend. I've never in my life seen someone who's so consistent. And even if you're not winning, you're getting very, very close. And all the tips and odds that come out on the app as well, is very rarely a race goes by where he often selects 4 horses, so the winner and then the other 3. When you start going through and you're having a look and analysing that stuff, it's very rare that one of the 4 that he's chosen has not won the race.
Yeah.
And that's pretty hard to do. I have a hard time just picking one that I think is going to win each week, let alone going through and doing the whole card. So, Ted, to you, mate, like, we absolutely appreciate everything that you do. I know sometimes there's some negative Nancy's and some knockers and some people that get a little bit hard, but it's not lost on me and probably Maddie and Kimmy's as well, mate. We absolutely love you, and keep it up, mate, because we enjoy it and we love making cash.
Well said, mate. So does the rest of the community. I'm sure they'll get in behind it. There has been a few negativities over the last couple of weeks, but it's really important to celebrate those weekends where you go really well. Hopefully everybody out there enjoyed it. Make sure you guys get all your best bets in as well. Keep those comments coming. We've got a sweepstake ticket to give away for the Tab Trot. We've got a $100 best bet to give away on Saturday as well. So get your comments coming in. We'll get to the best bets a little bit later. Hopefully we can find some more winners this weekend. And we've got the New Zealand Thoroughbred Breeders Stakes at Ellerslie to go through as well. Just touching back on last weekend, Dan, the Japan Trophy, this is dramatic one that, in the great conditions at Tauranga that Ted just kept on finding winners in somehow. But this is dramatic. I didn't see that coming.
Neither did I. I don't think anyone did. And if you did, well done. Like you've got a good one there, and that's a good collect. But it was just it was an interestingly run race, and I thought Jaffe run on quite well, but maybe just sort of paddled and struggled a little bit in the conditions. But it was a great ride as well. That they took it to the outside, and they gave it sort of the best ground, and it ran on quite well and won quite impressively. I thought Melly Ston ran home quite impressively as well. And that's all. I don't know if that horse is going to be a forever second horse, but gee whiz, like it looked like it was absolutely flying with like 50 or 60 left to go. I thought, here we go, Melly Stone over the top, but no.
I got off. I had it. I didn't have it as a best bet a couple of weeks ago, but I had it in the top 4 of the, what was that race? And I think it ran 5th in that Legato didn't win either. But yeah, I got off Melly Stone. I was disappointed. I think it's going to win a race soon. I really do. I think it's worth sticking with. It's obviously fit. In Australia, mate, we will get to the comments in a second. We just want to catch up with what people are saying nice and early on the pod tonight. But, mate, Imperatriz, I don't want this to get boring because this isn't boring. 10 Group 1s and Imperatriz, probably one of its hardest, from what I could tell, one of its hardest Group 1 wins that I've seen as well because it had to work so hard from 600 to 800 out. But still got the job done pretty easily. There was one...
Johnny Rocker.
Johnny Rocker. Great name for a horse, by the way, that was there or thereabouts. But that was a great win again.
Yeah, she's an absolute gun, eh?
She's a freak, man.
Yeah, she is an absolute freak of nature. 3 wide the trip and just did not budge. And she loves the Valley. She's unbeaten now at the Valley. And I thought that was a very impressive and strong, powerful run from her. It's interesting when you sort of the Aussie... I don't know, the Aussie contingent and like the media, there's like, Sydney and then there's Melbourne, and sort of the comments from all of the posts that I've seen, say on racing.com or whatever, you could clearly understand and see who the Sydney ones are versus who the Melbourne ones are. The Melbourne ones were like, yeah, that was a powerful, strong win, sitting 3 wide, blah, blah. The Sydney ones were like, oh, you almost got beaten by Johnny Rocker, like you stink. Oh, you're going to come here and get beaten up. But it's like, that was a really impressive win. Like very rarely do the horses go out hot favourites, sit 3 wide, and then still win.
Yeah.
So many times you'll see these horses, like Private Eye, I think, last start, sort of sat 3-4 wide, faded, struggled. Now, they are different horses, different race, but it's just one of those things, the best horses can do things that other horses can't.
Yeah, and there's a race coming up in a couple of weeks where I think it should settle it all, right? Is it next weekend where Imperatriz, I Wish I Win, Cylinder, Private Eye, they're all racing against each other? Is that confirmed?
Yeah, the TJ Smith.
Are they all going there?
Race. Yeah, so
that's at Rosehill, or Randwick?
No, it'll be at Rosehill.
Yeah.
No, Randwick, sorry. Yeah, no, Royal Randwick, because it's the 2-day championships.
Yeah.
It's James McDonald's been booked to ride I Wish I Win. And then Opie Bossum and Imperatriz on the other one. But think about it, it's obviously going to the Doncaster on that same day.
Okay.
So basically we're going to see like sort of private, all the Sydney form clash with the Melbourne form, and we're going to see what's going to unfold.
I really hope the draws fall into place so there can be no excuses absolutely on the day because... Yeah, although Imperatriz lost at Flemington down the straight in the Newmarket, that was always going to be a pretty tricky proposition. Okay, maybe Winx or a horse like that might not have lost that, but Imperatriz is fucking good.
Yeah, she's a very good horse, and I think she's just better suited to the weight for age conditions. I think you've seen Cylinder go to the weight for age conditions in that race and finish, sort of a distant last.
Yeah.
And no knock on that horse, a very good horse, but the weight, the handicap conditions very much suit it. There's 6 or 7 kilo gap between the two of them. It's going to be very interesting to see I Wish I Win because I Wish I Win was outstanding in the Everest.
Yeah.
And I think that had he not drawn barrier 1 and got stuck back on the inside, I might have made 10K.
That's so true. That is so true. I think Dino might have won a little bit more as well. He had that little each way bet, didn't he?
Yeah. Did he have it on? No, he had it on, Private Eye.
Oh, I thought he was I Wish I Won.
No, he's on Private Eye.
Oh, shit, sorry. Okay, well, good on you, Teako, because everything you're doing with that horse is so great to watch. We absolutely love it. We want to see Imperatriz win every single Group 1 sprint there is under the sun. Keep it going. Just before we get back to Teako, Antrim Coast won the Alistair Clark Stakes on the weekend. I was on Contessa. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what's happening here? Andrew Coaster, you kind of look back and it's a good horse. I just didn't expect that.
I just recently cleaned up from a multi given by a group of lads that you might know of from the Boys Get Paid that had their best bets, and I just cleaned up from a multi just before that.
Right.
I don't know if you heard of them. Anyway, I took a decent chunk of that cash and put it on Quintessa at $5, and my word, I thought it had won.
Yeah.
And I was jumping around the lounge. I was thinking, oh, here we go, you beauty.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah, yuck for Quintessa,
Yuck for
but good on you, Marshy, because he doesn't take a lot of horses over there. He's chosen this one to take over this year and to go over there and take out a Group 2, and it's probably going to kick on to a few other races as well. Bloody awesome.
Well, just on that as well, sorry, I shouldn't say, I was yuck for my own personal
for
betting.
you.
Betting prospects. I should say that. Outstanding for Marshy. Like, this guy's just on an absolute ripper this year.
Yep.
He's cleaning up, and that horse won very impressively, and you know what? It's going to probably have to take on maybe Riff Rocket in the Australian Derby. So some pretty good horses ahead of it. But what that showed me is it's probably right. It's probably right up to them,
mate. It's good form. Second in the
Absolutely.
Derby and then going out and winning that. Campionessa as well was very unlucky. That was another very good run. This horse just seems to want to win and couldn't quite get the job done. But let's get to the comments. Adam, mate, you must be fizzed up. You're going to give away a tab trot sweepstake. It's quite hard to say, actually, at some point. But for now, who's in the comments?
Yeah, that is quite a lot to say. I was thinking about just trying to repeat it behind you, but I could really embarrass myself here. So there's quite a few here. We've got Scott Murray, who is Ellerslie Race 5, number 5, Butterfield. We've got a great human here. Bruce is going with hey, Ted, hope you had a great birthday. Great human there, Bruce. I don't know about Heath. Heath's going Raiders 12 and under. That's... Probably shouldn't have read that out. But
was that last week or where were they playing?
Yeah, who knows? I think Heath's all crossed up right now. We don't have to go there.
Bye, Heath.
Yep. Yeah, see you, mate. Caleb, we're going race 6 on Ellerslie. On Saturday, it's a power play. Both 6 Pearl of Ellerslie and 12 Grail Seeker top 4. Oof. He is after. Bruce again's come back with a Riverton multi. Race 6, Master Abraham, and race 7, the Grey Goose. Sounds good to me. Tony Fox is going for Ellerslie race 6, Pearl of Ellerslie as well. Let's go down a bit further. There's a bit on here, guys. We've got Dave, who's going for Ellerslie race 6 at Mustang Valley. We have Tony here as well, who is saying that he's aware of 3 of his friends who collected multis in excess of $20,000 using Ted's odds bets. Doesn't know a better tip of that.
Excuse me? Over the last week? Or?
There's no time frame. Just his odds bets. So
What's his name?
Tony.
Tony Bellington?
Fox.
Okay,
Tony Fox. He's a long-time listener.
Yeah, so...
He loves it. Good on you, Tony. Well done, Ted.
What a legend.
So we keep going down as well. We have the best bet is Lord Donovan of race 5 at Ellerslie from Caleb. And right down the bottom here, it's a bit of a show-in. Legato just wins. We've got from John.
What?
Marty is also going for Lord Donovan at the Big E. So there's a few in here. Do get them in. Do get a few more in, so you can have a bit of that stake, and you'll see how it goes.
What's it called, Adam? The tab trot.
We're not going there, mate.
It's a bloody handful.
I was close to following you, but not today.
Good on you, Adam. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much to everybody for their comments coming in as well. Keep them coming in. We're going to get back to the best bets a little bit later on. We do appreciate everybody's contributions, and great to have some shout-outs to Ted, as well as all of the lads. Everyone had a great weekend. We should celebrate those types of weekends. Before we get to the New Zealand Thoroughbred Breeders Stakes, we've got some slightly unfortunate news, Dan. I think you can break it to the community about Champions Day.
Yeah, the Champions Day, we were gearing up and planning to take over the Winning Post Bar at Ellerslie. We were really excited about this and trying to get the community involved and get them down to the punt for the day and get involved. But we just didn't quite get enough traction to justify getting all the caterers in and getting everything done. So we've decided to pull the pin on it, which is a little bit of a shame, but it is what it is. And we'll try and do something like that again in the future and sort of revisit and think about the model and what we're doing there. But yeah, a little bit just because it was going to be a huge day of punting. I was really looking. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still going to punt my face off on that Saturday, but I was really looking forward to getting stuck in, sitting in front of those. It was going to remind me of Star Casino, just sit in front of all those screens and just punt everywhere.
Let's face it, that's what we're trying to relive, aren't we? That's exactly
absolutely.
It's just jug after jug after jug, race after race after race. Have a good time. Probably lose a shitload of money, but have a good time doing it.
Absolutely. That was what I was trying to relive.
We will be, keep your ears peeled because we will still do something. I mean, we've committed ourselves for the day, so we'll go somewhere. It's not going to be paid or anything. People that didn't want to pay to do anything, we'll just pitch up somewhere and have a few beers and have a bet because it's such a great day of racing, and I think everybody will want to get involved with that as well. So, yeah, we'll let you know probably next Thursday where we'll be. If you want to join us, absolutely feel free. It's always great to sit around with some of the community and have some beers and have a bet. However, one thing that is going ahead is the Race by Grins and Tab Trot. We'll just quickly run through these events, Dan. But, where are we at with the tickets for this night, mate? Because it's really heating up. We're only 2 weeks out.
Yeah. So the ticket sales have actually slowed down a little bit. We're still, I think we got about 8 or 9 tickets left.
Is that all?
Yeah, at the early bird price. But then there's only 50 tickets after that. But the reality is we know with all of these events, those tickets sell real quick in that last week. So I don't think we're going to have a problem selling all of those tickets. I think the Punters Club's up to 25 grand or maybe a little bit more than that now.
Oh,
it's probably
you
close
said
to
30 at the
ticketing
pub,
up to
mate.
30K. Yeah.
That
25K was the last update, but we normally sort of get updates in sort of 25, 50 and whatever. So I'd say it's definitely 25. It's probably closer to 30. We're doing the Punters Club for the night. I'm very excited for that. Fitzy, Matty Markham, coming down doing the tips, and maybe they might be taking some advice from some other people that have been a little bit hot in the community. But the tickets include 4 beers or 4 drinks for the night, plus food. So we're going to have like a full buffet meal, plus some sort of like booze soakers throughout the night as well.
Is this cheese platter confirmed?
So cheese platter, yeah, absolutely.
Dave's doing it himself?
Yeah, we'll call him after this, and we'll get him to get you a cheese platter.
I unfortunately can't be there, mate.
He was reeling. He thought it was real funny. I actually seen him on Friday night. He thought it was funny.
He loved a cheese platter, wouldn't he?
Kimmy's was giving him a hard time about rigging the thing. That was quite funny.
Oh, rigging the vote.
Rigging the vote for the
sweepstake. Yeah, Luke's not allowed to win that, eh?
But yeah, I guess big thanks to Export Gold, Grins, Harness Life, and Cambridge Raceway. They're all sponsoring us the first 4 drinks, which is really cool. It's been really exciting. There's a lot of movement that's happening, and gee whiz, like we've got some really good horses in the slots, and we've got a really competitive race now. So for the Race by Grins, all of the slots have now been filled, and there's still one more slot available in the Tab Trot. So that's pretty cool. But in the Race by Grins, we've got Merlin, Kiwi, Better Eclipse, Australian, Self Assured, Kiwi, Sooner the Better, Kiwi, Rock and Roll Do, Australian, Speak the Truth, Australian, Old Town Road, Kiwi, Don't Stop Dreaming, Kiwi, Mac Shard, Kiwi, and South Coast Arden coming back from Australia, who was originally a Kiwi but is, I guess, technically an Australian now, and that fills out the field by the Race by Grins, which is very exciting. Like, that's a very even field of horses. There's probably a lot of it's gonna come down to draws, tempo of the race. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a really great spectacle.
Where's the early money?
A lot of the early money is on Sooner the Better. Don't Stop Dreaming is the one that's taken the most money.
Right. What about Self Assured? Every time they write this horse off, I see it on TV. It wins. Can we back it
It's
in?
a little bit old. It's an 8-year-old now. It's sort of struggling a little bit. It had the perfect run last week and should have won maybe, but it's just not quite maybe up to it now.
That's what they said about Richie McCaw, mate. He went out and won a World Cup.
Richie McCoy, eh?
The
one, eh? That's the one.
Self-assured. All right, get your tickets for that, people. Don't you miss out. 59 tickets left. Like Dan said, it's going to be one hell of a night. I'm absolutely gutted I can't be there for it. But I know everybody's really, really going to enjoy themselves. Hopefully it's something that we build on for the future too and continue to go to, because it just looks like such a great time. The next day, we do have the Warriors versus the Sea Eagles at Mount Smart Stadium as well. And I can tell you, tickets are going bloody quickly. We're up to 115 tickets sold. Some jokers bought 25. Guess who's bought 30, Dan?
I don't know. I don't think. Are we allowed to name him?
Oh.
I think what we're allowed to say is someone that he looks like, right? He might look like Jason Momoa, and his name might be something similar to Blaisen Balboa. Well, we don't know who it
Is
is.
that-
We don't know who we
I
can. PR said we can't say who it is, but it's something like that, right?
Well, yeah, the Warriors neither wanted to confirm nor deny it, but it's exciting.
It's
I'll
very
tell you
good.
what, he's going to take up half the room.
He's coming straight into the boat race.
I think I saw him in a car yesterday on social media. He couldn't even fucking fit in it. Like, how's he going to fit in the Stacey Jones lounge?
No, who knows? Get him in there.
Mate, if you want to meet this fella, there's only 75 tickets left, team. And I got it all wrong last week. I got a bit carried away. It had been a long day. It's $150 a ticket, and you get 2 free beers, carvery dinner. The most important thing, though, is you get access to this Stacey Jones Lounge with a whole bunch of other absolute legends where we've got an exclusive bar. The Warriors are back on track for the season, so make sure you get your tickets. We're going to get in there at about 2:15 because Trackside's going to be on. We spoke to the Warriors this week, and they are assuring us it is all going to be sorted. Trackside will be on. We've got racing from Hastings, Riccarton, and Randwick. Queen Elizabeth Stakes. Will Orchestral be going there? Who knows? The Australian Oaks Sydney Cup. There's some great racing, so from 2:15 we'll be there. Kickoffs at 5 p.m. There is going to be a boat race afterwards, and one of the conditions of unsaid actor who's coming along is that he's got to be in the boat race, which has been accepted too. So hopefully he's on the Warriors team because he could put back some beers, I would have thought.
How good. So me, you, Kemmys, because Kemmys has to drink, a Red Cruiser or something. So we're going to have to talk to the Warriors and see if we can get him a Red Cruiser. But me, you, and Kemmys, and this unnamed actor who sounds like Blason Balboa, and versus whoever's a Sea Eagles fan, right?
That's right. The Warriors did win the boat race last year, so yeah, it's a great night. It's going to be a good time. I see the tickets for the Knights have sold out again this weekend, so they're going to keep selling out. You might as well just get a ticket.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
It's a great time. You won't regret it. Righto, let's start looking ahead to this weekend. Jeez, it's already been half an hour. Sorry out there, team, if you're looking for some bets and some tips. But yeah, it's good times. Everyone's very excited in here. Bless Bet this week. Dan, have you got it on your screen, mate, or do you want me to read it out? People should just keep in mind that the birthday boy may have this in his multi and the best bet, so you can hold off for that.
Yeah, boys, we've gone to Ellerslie, meeting 2, race 3, Villa Balmero. And Sammy Spratt and IG Tiley, that's a lethal combination. $2.30 is boosted out to 2.6. Ted's given us this one, and he said, let's jump in. Let's follow the faith, and let's go for it. Have you got any notes about it? Because I don't.
Well, yeah, I liked it as well. Ran third behind Hat-Trick Fresh up at Pukekohe, and Hat-Trick franked the form by winning his next 2. Villa Balmero was narrowly beaten second up and is ready to win here. Honestly, if you're concerned about it, go back and look at its replay of the last start. Geez, it should have won that race. It was very, very strong to the line. It was very strong to the line 2 starts before that as well. I was a little bit surprised that it was only at 2:30, but don't worry. BGP have got you covered, and we'll boost it at 260. So get on board with that. That's race 3. Villa Balmero is the blessed bet. Ted will multi it up later on in the best bet, so keep your ears out. Righto, let's get to some racing. We've got what should be at Te Aroha, but it's not quite ready just yet. But the New Zealand Thoroughbred Breeders Stakes this week at Ellerslie, so everybody gets another chance to have a day out down at HQ. And this race has thrown up some bloody good horses at this time of the year. So it's a very, very good one to go to. Dan, I understand you're going to be down there in the winning post on Saturday, probably, hopefully taking some cash out of your TAB account, mate.
Yeah, well, most importantly, I'm going to be shooting some content.
Good.
Hopefully be hanging out with Daniel Narkley, having a couple of beers and just hanging out with Cam Rogers
And Paul
as well.
Wilcox.
P-Dub, legend.
Absolute legend.
Well, hopefully he's got a day off and he can just come in and sink a few beers with me and have a good time.
That's right.
Maybe he might be able to come in after the last and we can watch the Sydney races and the Aussie races together. That'd be good.
Yep.
This race is an absolute cracker. Wowee, have we got like a very even field, and I think the draws have really made this race an even race. When I first seen this field come out and I seen the draws, I thought La Creek drawing 12 and then Mustang Valley in 2 and Belclare in 4 has really made this race a very even race. When I was having a look back through the data, Mustang Valley has run the best ratings out of a lot of these horses. And I thought $5.50 and $2.10, I thought that's a great bet. Now, overall, it doesn't have the best dry track statistics, but I think it goes pretty well in sort of a fresh state. So it's only second up. It's pretty fresh. I think we might be surprised to see that even on a good track, this horse might go all right. And it's drifted $4.80 out to $5.50 and $2.10. Andrew Forsman knows what he's doing here. And this horse has won or run really good races in Sydney on good tracks. So I wouldn't be writing that off. And drawn 2, I wouldn't be surprised to see this horse running on and running a good race. Belclair has obviously taken a little bit of early cash, or maybe quite a bit, $9 into $7.50. So there's a bit of confidence in that camp. And if you just think about 2 starts ago, Karaka Million Night, gee whiz, it just blew him away, didn't it? And that was a great run. La Creek, I think, is outstanding and was back to form last start. And we very well could see the return of the La Creek that we've seen as a 3-year-old and now might just start putting horses in body bags again. There's a very good chance of that. But then you just go a little bit further down. Fashion Suit was so good. Was that at Tauranga? I thought it was very good. It's yet to win over 1,600, but maybe now's the time. Maria Farina, all that needs is a cozy run and a little bit of space, and it can go through and beat Dragon Leap on the line and piss you right off. And then the Pearl of Alsace, that's been sort of like the Group 1 winner in waiting, has been just going absolute great guns, came back, great first up win. And then when you, I mean, you could just keep going. You look a little bit further down the book and you see ones like Carmen Line. Like, Carmen Line's been going great guns as well the last few starts. The biggest knock, I guess, on Carmen Line, the draw 11, doesn't matter too much because it's probably going to go back and look for runs. But the big weight swing it has between it and, say, Mustang Valley and Fashion Shoot from last start is a bit of a query because it's gone from having sort of a big weight advantage now to being on even terms. And then actually one that I do kind of like right down the bottom of the book, who I said last start I thought could run a good race, is Grail Seeker. But again, it's one of those ones now where it's sort of like it's really stepping up in company here. But I think what I would like to do in this race is I might have a each-way bet on Grail Seeker, an each-way bet on Mustang Valley, and then maybe even an each-way bet on Balaclare, because I can bet 3 horses here because we got 550, 750, and 950. And then what I probably will do as well is box up a trifecta, La Creek, Mustang Valley, Balclair, and Grail Seeker, and hope that comes in.
Jeez, mate, so you got 4 bets on this race.
4 bets, yeah. And so hopefully some way I'll make some profit.
Gee whiz, that's a good spread. You've really covered yourself there.
It's such a great
It's such
race.
a good race.
I just can't pick one.
Yeah, you're right. You've summed it up really well there. I can't help but look at Balclair's form and think, okay, if it doesn't rain between now and Saturday, the way that it won in the Westbury Classic at Ellerslie on Karaka Millions night was just so good. It was so strong. The start before that, it was second behind Puntura, who's gone on to win Group 1s. Then it raced, and after that, it raced on a soft track at Otaki, so you can basically completely write that off because we know this thing needs it absolutely rock hard. Barrier 4 seems to be in a really good position to do exactly what it did. What is it now? 6 weeks ago or so, and the money's come for it too. So, yeah, I think that could be a really good value bet.
And I think you can bet with confidence if that's the way you think it's going to go, because Ellerslie's not going to get soft or heavy.
Nah, as long as it doesn't rain too much. We haven't seen Ellerslie with lots of rain yet, have we? We've seen it with a few showers. We know it handles that well. But if it rained from now until Saturday morning on Ellerslie, what does that mean?
P-Dub, like, personally guaranteed us that it could have 100 mils and it's going to be a good fall.
Yeah, okay.
So that's a personal guarantee from P-Dub, so thank you, P-Dub.
Thanks, P-Dub. But if that's the case, then wouldn't you want to have a look at Mustang Valley first up and Ellerslie and just kind of see how it handles it? Because it's
maybe, but it's the best rated horse in the race. So it's like, do you want to miss out on it?
You'd be gutted if it won, but maybe you're prepared to take a risk. I don't know.
Maybe.
What about Town Crier, who basically hasn't run out of the top 4 of this whole bloody cafe? We're probably going to talk about every single horse because it's so hard. But honestly, this horse has been going so well, and it's paying $4.80 a place. Like, it must be paying nearly $4 for a top 4. There's so many good bets that you could actually justify making in this race.
Yeah, and it only just got knocked over by Jaffe last time as well, Town Crier, carrying 57. I mean, yeah, honestly, you could make a case for every horse as well, like that Gentane Blue as well, even though it's paying $61. 6 starts, 2 wins. I mean, it's really getting thrown in the deep end here. Blissful Bell. Like, you could, and Hio Sasbon was pretty impressive as well, but I think it needs the rain, and I'm not sure that I'm not sure that Ellerslie is going to be the place for it.
Yeah.
But there's a few in here that you can make a case for. But yeah, I can't bet on everything, right? Unless I put $1 each way on
tried.
everything, and I tell you that I've won.
Pretty sure you got 5 bets in the race, mate.
4, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, I think it was 4. Fair enough. Yeah, you could, like you say, you could justify a lot of bets in this race. I probably came down to Belclair is great value. I do think that La Creek, Mustang Valley, and Pearl of Alsace are the best horses in the race. I'm prepared not to punt on Mustang Valley in this race, just given the track, and it will be hard, so let's just see what it does at Ellerslie. And then between La Creek and Pearl of Alsace, I can't split them. The only way I can split them is that Pearl of Alsace is barrier 3, so it's going to be ahead of La Creek coming around the corner, and Pearl of Alsace could live up to what it is supposed to do. That 1,600-metre run last couple of weeks ago, although it wasn't in the strongest field, to win fresh up over 1,600 metres is tough for any horse, and it did it pretty well. We know it's a very good horse, and maybe this could be its chance just to really show that. But I wouldn't be surprised to see La Creek storming home at the end. The way that it's been pointing his snout out and absolutely hitting the line over the last 2 runs, like you said with La Creek, it just could be getting to that point where they've talked about for a long time that this is a really, really good horse. So, geez, there's so many things that could happen in this race. And if you like anything, you can justify it and have a crack at it.
Absolutely, 100%. And there's probably some money to be made here.
There definitely is.
You pick the right one, you're going to be winning some cash.
Absolutely right. That's the only race we're actually going to go through. Did you look at anything at Riverton?
God, no.
Sorry, guys, but yeah, I know there was a few best bets in the chat with Riverton, but yeah, it's pretty tough down there when you don't follow it week in, week out. I know they've got a carnival, so good luck for that. It's an Easter carnival, isn't it? It's Saturday, Monday. Luke didn't give us his thoughts on the New Zealand Thoroughbred Breeders Stakes. If you were to take a guess at who Luke would be betting on, who would you guess?
On the Breeders' Stakes?
Yeah, what do you reckon? I reckon he'd be on Mustang Valley, eh?
Yeah, probably.
He would be.
Because I think he's like me as well, I think. And I think all punters are the same, but chasing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You get sort of beaten up a little bit on that last start. He'd be going, all right, this is the time we'll go again.
Give it a go
and
again.
We'll double what we did last time and hope that we win it all back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something like that.
That is how he plays. But
Does that stink of a degenerate punter?
Oh, no, he's good at it.
Yeah, no, I know. But, like, I mean, that's what I would do. I was thinking more of myself, like, hang on, if I was a degenerate punter, let's say, and I lost big time on another horse, and I was thinking, I've got $5.50 odds, would I just double down and see if I can win all that back plus some more? Absolutely.
Well, I love that story when still bang on and the Oaks was just drifting out, and you'd already nailed it, and you just texted the group, you're like, fuck, they don't like it. Right, I'm in. It's like, oh, man.
Just the sicko. Why are you wasting all this money?
Kept on going, eh? Kept on going. Good on you, mate. Luke couldn't join us, but he has left us with a few comments. I've been down to Riverton races once, and more people caught COVID there than the cabs home. It was so windy they cancelled the day. Great hospitality, but fuck me. I'd rather go to races in Antarctica. This is gold. I haven't read this. From the comfort of the couch, we can watch a North Island horse heading down there. Only $4, but Ledecky sneaks down there and might surprise them over a bit more ground. What race is that in, Dan? Have you got any idea? Ledecky?
No idea. But have a look.
Right, we'll have to have a look. Do you like anything else on the day, mate?
At Ellerslie? I did. Yeah, there's a few, actually. There was a few that I liked, but I didn't like enough to make my best bet. But I thought Seymour was so good first up, and paying $3.80, I thought this horse has a good chance. But I might, what I might do with that is actually... Interestingly, the early markets for fixed-price Quinellas and trifectas and exactas are out already, which don't normally come out until this Saturday. There's a fixed-price Quinella, so Seymour, I would fix that in a box Quinella with the GOAT's best bet, which you'll hear a little bit later.
I thought you were going to give it away there.
No.
Good.
So we'll pair Seymour up with Imperial Impress. The other one that I did like, actually, interestingly, like just as a little bit of a speculator, is a horse called Nefetti.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, which is the Richie Murray horse. Sam Weatherly gets on board. It's going up against New Millennium, which I thought went really well last start in Cannon Hill. And Imperial Impress is in that one as well, but it's probably going to get dropped because I think it's going to start in race 1. But Myone Bow as well is in there as well. I don't know if you remember that one. That was a blessed bet from a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. What do you reckon? Because I bet against it with Marengo as my best bet a couple of weeks ago. Marengo, by the way, is racing again this week. But it got beaten by Marengo. But I don't know. I felt like it was a bit plain that day. But do you go again on my Bell?
No, I don't know. I'm going to go each way on Nafedi. Because I think that this horse might have a little bit of talent. Like, it's been pretty good. And I think, maybe just gets the run its way and does what it wants to do. I think it's dropping back now as well. Like, so it was up to 2,100. Yeah, now it's dropping back to the 1,400. So I think they think that this horse maybe is not a distance horse and didn't go too well.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see this drop back to the 1,400. But the $8 and $2.80, I'll have a bit of that, please.
Well, you've got form with that, Dan, because you picked out Grail Seeker dropping back from the 2,000 metres to the 1,400 for the Wellington Guineas a couple of weeks ago, mate. So good on you there, Nafedi. Follow that. I liked in race 4 the best top 2 bet that you could ever have in your life. It's paying $2. Marengo, look at that, 2. It's just run second for absolute fun, and it might win, but it will probably run second. So why not take it at $2?
$2 for top 2.
Yeah, is that good money?
That's great money.
Well, yeah, but your best bet's in there as well, isn't it? So
yeah, but if it runs second to it, then that's $2.
Absolutely. I was like, somebody in the comments before, their best bet was Butterfield, and you said it as well. We bet on that on Derby Day. It was an absolute waste of time, and then it beat Marengo.
Yeah, and it won really impressively on Auckland Cup Day as well. And it was so funny because this guy was sitting behind me. He was like, "Oh, you're Dan, you're the BGP guy, blah, blah, yeah." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, Butterfield." And I just backed it. I was like, "Yeah, I fucking backed it last week."
I think we all did. It was paying like $8, and it was just nowhere.
Absolutely pumped. Yeah,
disappointing. Righto. Okay, let's move on to Australia before we come back to the best bets, and we will name that Tab Trot sweepstake winner. Nailed it. Righto. Okay, Australia. Orchestral. Gee whiz, I heard an interview last week after Antrim Coast won, and Antrim Coast, Stephen Marsh's co-trainer, said to the interviewer, "You wait until Orchestral gets here. The Aussies won't know what hit it."
Yeah, it's going to be impressive, and I am pumped. I've got some boosted odds at $2.50 for the Vinery Stud Stakes, and I am laughing
That's such good
that
money,
I've got those odds, and I'm very happy. You know what? I kept looking all week, and I was thinking, where's these extra markets with Orchestra to win by 2 lengths or 3 lengths like they gave us on Derby Day? I reckon they got beaten up big time from that, and so maybe they might not arrive. But when I pop into Ellerslie on Saturday early, when I pop in there, I might be asking some questions and saying, give us 2 lengths, give us 3 lengths, and let me have a go.
Mate, they must be confident because it's $1.65.
It's been absolutely pumped. Yeah, absolutely pumped. I cannot wait to see this filly just start putting these Aussies in body bags.
Yeah.
Like, if I reckon what they're waiting for now, because they're sort of undecided, right? They've got 3 options. They've got the Oaks, the Derby, or the Queen Elizabeth. I reckon if she comes out in this race and she puts them away by 3 or 4 lengths, I think they'll go to the Queen Elizabeth. I think if she just wins and just gets over the top, they'll just go to the Oaks. And I think maybe if they win by like a length and a half or something like that, they might go to the... you know what? I think the Derby's off the cards. I think she'll won the Derby here. I think it's the Oaks or the Queen Elizabeth. And I think if she goes away and puts them away by 2 or 3 lengths quite comfortably, I reckon she'll go to the Queen Elizabeth. If she sort of just wins and just gets him, then I reckon she'll go to the Oaks.
It's bloody exciting, eh? She's such a good horse. Like, the way that she won that Derby was so impressive, and she came back into the winner's circle like she'd hardly run a bloody race.
Yeah, it was just yuck. Like, you would just love to own a horse like that. It's just so good.
And when James McDonald says this horse is special, when you've got New Zealand trainers going over there saying, wait on a second, you wait till you see this horse, it's pretty exciting for us Kiwis who see this horse run week in, week out, particularly in the North Island. If you go to Pookie and you go to Ellerslie, this is exciting. So make sure you catch that. I think it's around 6 o'clock on Saturday, the Vinery.
Yeah, well, he had the option between Zardozi, which is the second favourite, and Orchestral. And it's often a good indicator of what's sort of going to come and what's going to happen in Sydney when J-Mac says, I'm going to go with this one. It's not always the case, but it's...
I mean, you'd want J-Mac to be riding your horse, wouldn't you? So it's a bloody good sign. I think everybody knows that, eh? So, yeah, good luck to the team with Orchestral. We can't wait to see her absolutely blow them away on Saturday in the Vinery and follow in Prowess's footsteps from last year, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The Robert Wellwood team are just going over there and just vinering it up.
Roger James will be having a great interview with a lovely-looking jacket. He'll be looking prim and proper. He'll be very emotional when she wins. I just love it. They're such a good stable. Good on you guys. Good luck for Saturday. Righto, Flemington Race 8 as well. Mate, somebody had Legato in their best bet. Just cleans them up. 2,000 metres, the Australian Cup against Mr. Brightside. Got to mention a tissue as well because that's a good Kiwi. And I know Caleb's listening in as well. He's got good connections to that horse too. But Legato, $13. Geez, if you like Legato and you think it can run 2,000 metres well, $13 seems pretty good money to me.
Yeah, this is a really good race. I think the camp's pretty confident around Legato getting back to the big track. And I think there's going to be a bit of pace on here with Pride of Jenny getting out and getting going and getting along. I don't know if Pride of Jenny has actually won over the 2,000
it's Pride of Jenny
meeting.
in this race as well.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't see that.
So she's had one start over the distance for nowhere, and obviously she runs really well over 1,600. She gets out front, she motors along, but I'm thinking maybe that extra 400 might be the question mark. But you know, you're going up against Mr. Brightside. I think runs second to Romantic Warrior in the Cox Plate, did it? Over 2,000 metres.
That's right, yeah.
That form's big. That's big form. And then, of course, you got Cascadian and Val and Declare, who done really well up against Campionessa, runs second to Campionessa last start. This is a great race. A Tissue is absolutely awesome as well. I think she won the 2,000 metre race. Was it the last race of the spring, the 2,000, is it the championships or
in Australia or here?
Yeah, in Australia. No, the Flemington race, because they had the champion mile and the 2,000 metre race. So the mile was won by Pride of Jenny, and the 2,000 metre race I think was won by a Tissue,
Right.
Zaki maybe. Anyway, I think a Tissue was a genuine 2,000 metre horse, and I think Mr. Brightside is a genuine 2,000 metre horse. And I think Legato might be a genuine 2,000 metre horse, but I thought that maybe they might have gone to the Tancred because she almost looked a little bit dour at Ellerslie last start, but I'm not sure if that was her looking a little bit dour or if the leader just got away on her again at Ellerslie, and Ellerslie's maybe just not her track.
Al Vencedor, eh?
Al Vencedor, yeah. So, like, because Desert Lightning done the same thing before
Done
in
the same,
1,600. So,
Yeah.
is Ellerslie just not her track and she's going to do really well at Flemington?
Yeah.
Or is she maybe looking for a little bit more distance?
Yeah, absolutely. Either way, we will find out on Saturday. It is going to be a hell of a race. That's Legato. I think all these races fall around 6 to 6:30 p.m., so it's a great day to be kicking back over Easter. Hopefully you're down on the beach or down at the Alps, wherever you are. Here it's like 1 degree down. Actually, Luke makes a good point. It's about 1 degree down at Riverton, so good luck down there, guys. And also shout out to Mark Twain, the James Wellwood team as well. Flemington Race 9. Mark Twain's lining up, paying $6. We do know that this is a very, very good stayer. It was really, really good in the Auckland Cup too. So if you like that, have a follow. Flemington Race 5, Sans Dute at $7 as well. I think it's going for 4 in a row. I bet on it 4 races in a row, got off it. It's won 3 since then. So I'm pretty disappointed. Should I get back on?
Oh, mate, it was a pretty impressive win last start down the chute. We were there on Derby Day,
Yeah.
and it sort of got stuck in between two horses, but really busted its way through and powered to the line and looked like a horse that's going to continue winning. And now I think it's up against some good ones here, but I'll be backing Sans Dute. Sans Dute.
Say that again?
Sans Dute or Sans Dute. I just call it Sans Dute.
We don't get names right very often, do we?
No, we don't know how to name names, but apparently we know how to pick winners. The other one is Mark Twain. I think I think I'll have a crack at both of them.
I reckon,
like them.
Mark Twain's a really good horse.
He ripped home last start.
Yeah, it was amazing. Right, should we get to the comments, and then if we'll get to anything else you might like in Australia after that, Dan?
No, I don't like anything else.
Good. All right, let's get to the comments. Adam, let's get to the comments, and then let's let the people know who has won this sweepstake ticket.
And maybe get to the best bets before I need to evacuate.
So what you're saying is kind of hang around here a little bit,
Yeah,
too long.
just take your
Go
time,
quick.
Adam.
Pick a winner, Adam.
I'll go a couple more. We have Kieran Campbell who's going M2 race 6, number 6 for his best bet. Chiron, sorry. We have Aaron
What's that?
Ross going for La Creek.
Ooh, yep.
Elliot's money on Legato. We've got Scott here who is Ellerslie race 1 Imperial Empress. And
First one was Alsace.
so what, you reckon just spin the dice and
Just pick one.
out here?
This
pick
is
one, anyone.
totally and utterly impartial, everybody. Everybody that's had a comment.
If you see a guy called Dan Rack, put in a comment and then maybe pick him. He'll get a free ticket. He'll be all right.
Oh, dear. Righto. Adam, you just let us know who's won that $100 sweepstake ticket.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Gary and Donna Shaw. Love a shared Facebook account, so I'm going for Gary and Donna Shaw. All right.
Good on you, Gazza and Donna. What did they comment?
They went with Odinson Race 3 Rosehill.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good on you.
Look at that. All right, guys. Well, I'll have a look through and I'll shoot you a message. Probably not tonight. I got a bit on tonight, but I'll shoot you a message tomorrow and I'll give you a number for the sweepstake. And keep an eye out on the Cambridge Raceway for the results of the sweepstake. Remember, if your number is drawn out, you then get allocated a horse for the TAB trot slot. If your horse wins, you win 50k. Easy.
They're pretty consistent punters, or they comment quite a lot, don't they, as well? So I think that's really good.
Yeah, outstanding. Good work.
Basically, I'm just doing all I can to drag the show out because Dan always needs to go.
No. We need to clean it up. Let's go to the best bets,
Do we
guys.
really? Should we get to the best
Right,
bets? No,
you wanna
the one
start?
comment I wanted to make before we got to that is that normally people are giving us some value best bets, which I think is a really good idea because if you get $100, you might as well put something out there that's paying $15.
Absolutely.
You don't put your money down. We put your money down. So good on you. Right, do you want to get to the best bets?
Yeah,
Dan?
you go first, mate. You go first, then I'll go after you.
All right, the best bets for this week. As a reminder, we absolutely smashed it last week on the Gallops tips. The harness tips have been going very well before that too, so let's combine them all and see how we go. Righto, Ted's best, we already mentioned, is the blessed bet Villa Balmero Ellerslie Race 3 boosted from $2.30 to $2.60. But he wants you to multi that with another Will, who he is already tipped out for what race, Dan?
The Doncaster.
The Doncaster for a futures bet. Another Will is in Rosehill Race 9, paying $1.80. This multi with Villa Balmero is going to pay you $4.60. Another Will needs to win the Doncaster Prelude on Saturday to gain an automatic run in the Doncaster Handicap next week, where he is currently an $8 second favourite on the futures. So Ted's best, multi up, Villa Balmero, Ellerslie Race 3, another Will, Rosehill Race 9, paying $4.60. Good on you, Ted.
Let's go, birthday boy. All right, I'm going to go to the GOAT. Ellerslie, Race 1, Imperial Impress. Double nominated, but looks like it'll start in this race. Michael McNabb is the jockey. Great run at Tauranga without getting the run of the green. Well up for this, an added incentive to the Pearl Series, so we'll be wanting to win this. Let's go. The GOAT, Ellerslie, Race 1, Imperial Impress.
Oh, mate, you're going to go good at cricket tonight, I reckon.
Yeah, I just need you to get through this because I'm struggling.
Right. Matty Puntyq has got a best bet for us. He's going Flemington Race 2, Midtown Boss, $3. Back to the scene of his career peak rating performance. He's been second in each run since, just going down to Johnny Rocker last start at the Valley, who franked the form, running second to Imperatriz at Group 1 level last start. Midtown Boss draws to the outside rail, which is often the best part of the straight course. Zara stays in the saddle, and I'll give him one more opportunity to get the boys paid. Cheers, Matty Puntyq, always on fire.
Yeah, nice one. I'm going to go to Ellerslie, Meeting 2, Race 4. This is my best bet. I'm going all the way down to the bottom, Aquarello. This horse actually only had 3 starts, so it's a lightly tried horse. Tony Pike, Michael McNabb. This horse had its first 3 starts in Australia. Won its first up start, then run a 7th, had a spell, then run 5th. I seen its trial the other day, and it was very, very impressive, and it looked like a horse that's just going to go on with it, and it's going to win quite impressively. So $3.50, we're going Meeting 2, race number 4, Aquarello.
Nice, mate. That does look like a good bet. Righto, the harness lads are going head-to-head. So make of it what you will. The Scan Man, Addington, as we mentioned, he's already thrown one out there on the BGP chat, which has been crunched into $6.50. But his best bet is Addington Saturday, race 5, the Conqueror. $3.80, top 3, $2.50, top 4. Going up against Fitzy, Addington Saturday, race 5, Sweet Home, Alabama. Not sure of the odds, but it's his uncle's horse, and they've got a big opinion of it. That's all you need to know. So, sounds like we're Quinellering Sweet Home Alabama with the Conqueror.
100%. Yeah, Sweet Home Alabama, I think, was paying $2.50 last time I checked.
Okay.
Good horse, 1 start, 1 win, went out for a spell. They brought it back. I think they got a big opinion of this thing.
Nice. Righto. Okay, Luke's best, mate.
Kemmy's, all right. So let's go to Alizé meeting 2, race 5. Pukitero, Irish legacy backers can get their money back from the same colours here. 2 from 2 first up. She's trialled twice and ready to go. Gets barrier 3, where Opie will be ready to attack. 59 kilos is the knock, and we'll know our fate at the 200, but I just can't see who beats her. No doubt Ted will have something to say about that.
I think Ted might be backing that as well. That's a really, really good best bet, Luke. Good on you, mate. Hopefully you have a great time down south and it gets you paid. Righto. I'm finally going for some value here. I'm going to go Ellerslie, the last race. How often at Ellerslie do we see something coming at big odds?
All the time.
I know that Dan and Luke also like this, so that gives me a little bit of comfort to go. Ellerslie, race 8, a Nice each way, even top 4. It's paying $14 and $4.20 for the place. Last start over 1,400 metres. Flew home when it got hampered at the start. It was quite a long way off them coming around the bend, but it made up a lot of ground and was hitting the line really, really strongly. Start before that was over 1,400 metres. It looked like it wanted a little bit more ground. Before that went over 1,600 metres. It's back up to 1,600 metres this start. And I just think that $14 and $4.20 for the place is pretty silly money for a horse. If you look at the video, was finishing so strongly last start. So, yeah, good luck if you have a crack at that. Hopefully it finds tops off some of those best bets for the weekend and brings a little bit of value. Who knows?
Absolutely. So next weekend, there's going to be chances we're going to be at a bar around the city, and we're going to let everyone know, and anyone can come and join us and hang out to have a few punts and a few beers?
Absolutely. It'll be a public place that anybody can make their way up to whenever they want to, but we'll just confirm that once Luke gets back from the World of Warplanes, or what's it called?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that in Wanaka, the World of Warplanes in Wanaka.
Warbirds over
Wanaka.
Warbirds over Wanaka. Okay, righto.
Right.
That's good. We'll confirm it next week. Luke, have a great weekend down there, mate. Thanks to everybody who gets involved in this as well. Honestly, like we said at the top of the show, it was so great to see some of the bets come home in the community. Hopefully we can do the same again this week. Get your best bets in. Get them on the chat. Let's get a good punting weekend going for everybody over Easter where we've got a little bit of time. Dan, your plans, mate?
Yeah, I'm going to go to the bathroom right now, and then I'm going to go play some cricket. Let's go.
Good man. All right. Have a happy and safe Easter. Good luck on the punt. Hopefully you enjoy yourselves. Gamble responsibly as always, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Game, set, and match. Shut the gate. They're going to do it again. The Kanaka Million goes with and stays with. Up in front, Del Zao. Long run, but here's the calls now. He's coming. He's going to get there.